welcome to your yoga practice. My name is Sierra with The Local Mystic. So this practice is all about nourishing your heart, what that looks like physically through some shoulder openers, some chest opening, relieving some tension all around the base of your neck and into your shoulders, but then in a more energetic way as well, right? What does it look like to nourish your heart? What are some simple ways that you can connect to your heart and find some spaciousness and some openness there for yourself? And enjoy your practice. So then when you're ready, go ahead and take a big, full, deep inhale into your belly, deepest breath you've taken all day long, and open your mouth, just sigh it out. Do two more like that on your own breath cycle. Big inhale. Clearing it all out. One more. Allow your lips to close. Just return to your natural breathing pattern here. Let's bring our hands together in prayer pose or Anjali Mudra, bringing your hands up to your heart. Feel your chin slightly tuck down towards your fingertips, lengthening the back of your neck. So in our practice today, our theme for this week, we're looking at nourishing your heart. So this heart space, the heart chakra, is the seat of our emotional well-being. It's our center of love and compassion, both for ourselves and for other people. So we're going to look at this area physically in the body with lots of chest opening, heart openers, relieving some tension around your shoulders, your neck, your chest. And then also in a more energetic sense, right, of what it looks like to nourish yourself, to nourish your heart. Right, this whole idea of self-love, self-care, it can look like a lot of different things. We're going to just focus on one of the simplest ways that you can take care of your heart, especially in times of challenge, which is just checking in with yourself through your heart, asking yourself what it is that you need. So maybe setting that intention in your heart here at the beginning of your practice to just be connected to whatever it is that your body needs in this practice. Take one more big breath in. You can softly release your hands down. Gently open up your eyes. So let's go ahead and bring your hands onto your shoulders here now. Just doing a little bit of shoulder rolls. So just go ahead and draw big circles with your elbows. Get some mobility in your shoulder joints. And then gently switch directions. Big circles forward. Once all the clubs finally open back up again, this is the dance move that you can take out onto the dance floor. Good. And gently release. Hands back down onto your knees. Just go ahead and gently drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Feel some softness on the left side of your neck. Slowly draw your chin down towards your chest, coming to the other side, left ear, left shoulder. Big breath in. Good, chin back to center, and level your head, look up. We'll go ahead and interlace your hands behind your back. So press your fists down towards the floor to kind of open your chest and your heart up towards the sky. Soften your shoulders down your back. Take two big breaths. Good, then keep your hands interlaced here. Just bring your hands up to your right hip. So your fists are going to kind of pop up in that right crevice of your hips. Hug your right elbow back, and then drop your right ear towards your right shoulder again. Ugh. Good morning. High shoulders, high chest. 2 big breaths. Maybe beginning to feel that connection to the rhythm of your breath. Gently bring your head up to center. Take your hands back behind you at center. Press down through your fists. Lift up through your chest. And exhale, you bring your fists to the left side of your hip. Hug your left elbow in and drop left ear to left shoulder. 2 soft breaths. You want to keep your eyes closed maybe for a bit here in the beginning. We're warming up nice and slow, then we'll get into some more active sort of vinyasa flow sequences. And then we'll settle into some more restorative postures and a brief meditation at the end. So gently release, come back to center, press down through your fists, lift up through your heart. Good, and then release, come to neutral. Perfect. Now we'll transition onto our hands and our knees in a tabletop pose. We'll be on our knees for a few postures, so if you know you have some tenderness in your knees, you can go ahead and grab maybe a blanket or a towel and just place it underneath your knees. But bring your palms under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Find a nice neutral spine here. We're going to find some cat and cows to flow with your breath. So inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your chest. Big breath in. You're going to exhale, drop your tail, drop your chin, round your spine. Good. Inhale, belly drops, heart lifts. Exhale, round it in. Maybe 3 more rounds just like that. Use your breath. Feel free if it feels really, really good in one spot, then pause there. Kind of breathe into whatever stickiness you feel and wiggle it out. One more cycle of breath. Then neutral spine, please. Then bring your hands to the top of your mat. We're going to find downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips up and back. Feel free to keep a generous bend in your knees. Here it's still kind of early, probably your first downward facing dog of the day. So just release the back of your neck, maybe shake out your head. You can bicycle, pedal out into your feet a little bit. Take 2 big breaths wherever you need them. One more. Good. Inhale, softly look towards your fingertips and bring your feet towards your hands. Take as many steps as you need to get there. You'll end up in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Releasing your head down towards the floor, chin in towards your chest. Take a big fold. Bend your knees, let your torso hang towards the floor. We'll inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, bring your hands onto your shins, look down at the floor, and exhale, fold back down. One more just like that. Inhale, halfway lift, and fold. Bend your knees, we'll come all the way up to stand. Let your hands reach up towards the sky, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Close your eyes, take a big full breath. Good. We'll do some variations of our sun salutations here. So on an inhale breath, let your hands reach up. Keep your palms together. You're going to exhale, side bend to the right. So send your hips to the left and reach your fingertips to the right. So you're making like a crescent shape with your body. Big full breath in. Breath out. We'll inhale to center. And exhale, crescent to the left. Big breath. You'll inhale, center, maybe arch your back, reach your fingers back just a little bit, and exhale, forward fold. Good. Halfway lift, inhale, breath, hands on your shins. Exhale, hands down to the mat, bring yourself back to a plank pose. So Feel free to lower your knees here, still going nice and steady in the beginning. When you're ready, exhale, bring your chest down in between your hands. You're on your belly now. One Cobra Pose. Inhale, press your palms into the mat underneath your shoulders. Lift your chest. Exhale, come down onto your belly. And we're going to do 2 more Cobra Poses, but a little variation. Bring your hands off the edges of your mat to your sides and tent up onto your fingertips. So you've got these little like spider claw hands. You're going to inhale, press into your finger pads, lift your chest up, press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release down. One more just like that. Inhale, lift. Shine your heart forward and exhale. When you're ready, come back down. Good. Bring your palms back underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, make your way back to downward facing dog, however you need to get there. Take 3 big breaths here. Nice and steady. Finding that rhythm of your breath to help you guide your movements here. We'll inhale, look forward to your fingers, and exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, come all the way up to stand Tadasana. Hands reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more just like that, flowing with your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crescent bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center, open your heart up towards the sky. And as you exhale, release down and fold. Halfway lift, big breath in. Exhale, step it back, plank pose. On your exhale breath, come all the way to your belly. Inhale, baby Cobra Pose. Palms still under your shoulders here. Exhale, release down. Good, then take your hands off of your mat, tent your fingertips. Big breath in, shoulders on your back, heart reaches up. Exhale, release down. One more just like that. Good. Hands under shoulders, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 big breaths. So we're focusing on our heart, which comes into the shoulders a lot, yeah? So when you're downward facing dog, to support your shoulders, imagine you could roll your biceps away from your ears. So kind of feel how your shoulders get that outward spiral there. Then see if you can keep that outward spiral in your upper arms and then spiral your wrists in towards the middle, right? And feel how strong your arms become when you try that. One more breath. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, big breath in. Exhale, release. All the way up to stand Tadasana. Big reach up towards the sky. And hands at your heart. Close your eyes, take 1 big breath. Good. Surya B. Inhale, hands reach up towards the sky. And we'll exhale, sit down for chair pose, Utkatasana. So your hips drop down. Your knees are above your ankles, and let your low belly hug in nice and super strong. So take a big inhale here, and then we'll straighten your legs, forward fold. Good, getting that blood moving early in the morning. Halfway lift, big breath in. Exhale, plant your hands, come back to a plank pose. Just 1 vinyasa here, so as you exhale, lower down onto your belly. Inhale, baby cobra, maybe up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Get yourself settled in your dog. Then when you're ready, we'll inhale, lift your right leg up high in the sky behind you for 3 limb dog. Reach out through your toes. And bending your knee, step forward. We're going to set up for warrior one. So right foot between your hands, left heel drops down to the floor. Square your hips towards the front of your mat, and when you're ready, press down through your feet, rise up through your hands. Yeah, good. So feel some strength in your low belly here. As you pull your navel back towards your spine. And then actually, let's bring our hands into prayer pose, reaching diagonally away from your face. So feel that kind of broadens you across the back of your shoulders. This is the same integration of your shoulders that you want to feel in your downward facing dog. So maybe just kind of imprint that muscle memory into your shoulders here. One more big full breath, bend strong into your front knee. Exhale, release your hands behind your back, interlace your fingertips again. Press down through your fists, inhale, reach up through your heart. Keep your low belly strong here, 2 big breaths. Bend strong into that right leg, 1 more. Good, gently release your hands, bring them back around that front foot. You can step back to plank pose for another vinyasa. If you don't want to do that, then just go right to downward facing dog. You know how much energy you need in your practice today, right? Maybe how much your body feels ready for, right? Meeting in downward facing dog, big full breath. Second side when you're ready, inhale, left leg lifts. Bend your knee, step it through, warrior one, second side. Right heel drops down, hips square forward, press down, rise up. Good. Feel yourself nice, super strong and stable through your legs. Hands to prayer pose, reaching diagonally out in front of you. Big full breath. Release your hands back behind you, interlace your fingers. Take an inhale breath to press down through your fists and lift your heart up towards the sky. While you feel that heart opening, don't let your low belly give out on you. So chest reaches up, belly button reaches back towards your spine. 1 more breath. Softly release. Flow back down. Plank pose for vinyasa or downward facing dog, always your choice. Whenever you come to your downward facing dog, take 3 big breaths. See if you can find that broadness across your shoulders here. So remember, biceps roll out away from your ears. Wrists roll in towards the center of your mat. 1 more breath. Inhale, look forward at your fingers. Exhale, step, maybe hop forward, forward fold. Let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose, bend your knees. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, stand all the way up, Tadasana. Good, bring your hands to your heart, close your eyes. Take 2 big breaths. Feel some of that heat in your body, some of that energy circulating around. In yoga, we call that prana. It's our life force. So by doing these more active vinyasa practices, we help to kind of detox our prana and create more energy, more vibrancy, and more openness in the body. So 1 more big full breath here. Feel free to sigh it out. Hands will reach up towards the sky, big inhale. Exhale, forward fold, slowing it down just a little bit here. We'll inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. This time, exhale, plant your hands, just step your left foot back. We're gonna come to a low lunge. So left foot behind you, lower down onto your left knee and untuck your toes here. Bring your hands onto your hips and lift your chest up towards the sky. So feel free to really bend into that front knee and let your hips sink forward a bit here. But as your hips sink forward, don't forget that low belly. Nice and really strong. Inhale, hands can reach up towards the sky. We're gonna exhale, twist. So let your right hand come behind you. Left hand reaches forward. Your chest is open to the right. And then let your left hand find the outer edge of your right knee. Maybe your right hand can just drop down to that back thigh. If you feel a bit open in your chest and want to snake your right hand around the front edge of your left hip, that's also an option. Take 2 big breaths wherever you are. Keep that right foot really strong. Gently unravel. Both fingers reach out in both directions. Take an inhale, come forward. Your hands are in that prayer pose, diagonal away from your face again. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, let your hips shift even farther forward. Maybe let your thumbs reach behind you as you take a little back bend and open your chest up here. If any of this is pinching or tight or not feeling good, then just back up a little bit, come forward. This is perfect, wherever you are. One more big breath in. Good, and then slowly come forward, begin to straighten your right leg. We're gonna end up in a runner's stretch. So your hips shift back, your right leg straightens, toes come up towards the sky, and your hands will frame that front foot. Take an inhale, chest reaches forward, right hip reaches back. And then as you exhale, soften your nose down towards your knee, release the back of your neck. Take 2 big breaths. Let it all go. Inhale, look up towards your toes. And exhale, bring the weight back onto your right foot, hands on the floor. You can just bring that right knee back to where your left is. Find that tabletop pose again. Inhale, cow pose, belly drops, heart lifts. Exhale, cat. Find neutral spine. Bring your left foot in between your hands when you're ready. Low lunge. So drop into your hips. Hands on your hips. Stand all the way up. Not all the way up. You're still in your lunge, but your chest comes all the way up. Big breath in. Sink into your hips. One big inhale here. Hands can reach up as you inhale. Exhale, left hand comes behind you, right hand reaches forward. Your chest is opening up towards that bent knee. Maybe let your right hand come to the outer edge of your left knee. Left hand can drop down to your thigh, or maybe reaching around the front of your hip, opening up that left shoulder a bit. 2 full breaths. Then slowly unwind. Bring your left hand back out behind you. As you inhale, both hands forward in front of your face. Big breath in. And exhale, dip into your hips. Maybe arch your back, reaching your thumbs back behind you and look up towards your thumbs. Imagine hugging your thighs together to stabilize you here. One more breath. Good, then slowly we'll transition into our runner stretch. So it's like you could float through water, your hips reach back, left leg lengthens, toes towards the sky, and eventually hands on the floor. It's okay if you're not very graceful getting there. Go ahead and take an inhale, heart reaches forward. Exhale, heart softens towards your knee. Close your eyes, take 2 big breaths here. Feeling the back of that left leg waking up a little bit. Take an inhale. Softly lift your gaze towards your toes. And exhale, bring some weight back onto that front foot. You can step back. Tabletop pose. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. Gently tuck your toes, find downward facing dog. We'll take one more standing posture together. So take 2 big breaths here. See if you can make this your strongest, I guess that's the word, your strongest and most integrated downward facing dog of your practice. So strengthen your shoulders, press down through your 10 fingers, lift your hips up and back. Big breath in. Good. And we'll set up for pyramid pose from here. So bring your right foot forward, much closer this time, about halfway up your mat. And then come to stand all the way up. So you've got a much shorter distance here. All of your toes are facing forward. You can have your feet as wide as the mat if you like. That helps with balance a little bit. But the full posture is to have your feet sort of in one line. And then we're going to bring your hands behind your back, either just to hold on to opposite elbows, or maybe you'd like to try for a reverse prayer. So bringing your palms together and your elbows opening away from each other. That's pretty intense, so if it doesn't feel good, don't feel bad. Just go right back to holding your opposite elbows. Yeah. And then we're going to inhale, reach your heart up. Exhale, begin to fold forward over that front leg, shifting your right hip back as you go. Then once you find that your hamstring is kind of telling you that you need to stop, then just round through the back of your neck, release your chin in towards your chest. Take 5 big breaths. Rooting down through the soles of your feet, pressing down into that right big toe especially. Soften through the crown of your head, 2 more breaths. Good, then press down through your feet and begin to slowly lift yourself up. Good. Give yourself a breath at the top. Keeping your hands where they are, we're just going to flip the direction. So you're going to turn around to face the back of your mat. Same exact pose, just second side. So now your left foot will be in front of your right. Left hip shifts back. Take an inhale, reach your heart up towards the sky. And exhale, slowly begin to fold. Keeping some length in the back of your left leg here. But if you need to bend it a little bit, that's okay too. Remember, we're listening to the needs of our body. We're being compassionate with ourselves. Sometimes compassion looks like humility. So just allow yourself to take whatever form of this pose is going to actually benefit you today. One more breath. Press down through your left foot, slowly rise up. Good. Release your hands down. Now we're going to turn to face the long edge of your mat. So you're going to be facing, I think, your left side of the mat, hopefully. But if you're towards the right, that's also fine. Just your hips are facing the long edge of your mat. Turn your toes in and your heels out a little bit. You're going to interlace your hands behind your back again. Take an inhale, reach up. And exhale, begin to fold. Let your heart reach forward. Let your fists fall towards the floor here. So you feel yourself kind of lift up through the inner edges of your feet. Relax through the back of your neck. Rock your weight forward into your toes very gently. Take 3 more breaths here. Feeling your shoulder blades hug onto your back. Good, then inhale. Begin to lift yourself up so let your fists reach back behind you, heart reaches forward. Bring your hands onto your hips and exhale, stand all the way up. Shake it out. You can come to stand at the top of your mat, and then we're just gonna come down onto our hands and our knees. So back in that tabletop pose. If you want to vinyasa your way there and be nice and flowy with it, you're more than welcome to do that as well, but there's also no shame in just coming down onto your knees. So go ahead and find that tabletop pose. Draw your left palm under the center of your heart. We're going to do some thread the needle here, opening up the back side of your chest now. So inhale, right hand reaches up towards the sky. And as you exhale, draw your right fingers underneath your left arm, bringing your right shoulder, your right cheek down to the floor. Your hips stay reaching up and back. If you'd like, you can even crawl your left fingertips further away from you. This kind of deepens the spinal twist of this pose here. So if you want to kind of stay a bit more passive, more subtle in this pose, then just rest your left forearm on the mat. Close your eyes. Take 5 deep, deep breaths here. Beginning to slow down in your breath. Gently press your left palm down into the floor. Gently unwind. You'll inhale, reach your right fingers back up towards the sky. And exhale, both hands to the mat. Good. Take a breath here at center. Right palm under your heart. Inhale, left hand up towards the sky. Exhale, threading the needle, second side. Bring your left shoulder, left cheek to the mat. And finding your depth in this pose. Beginning to turn our awareness to the more subtle body energies of this practice. Our more active, more vinyasa style flows are nice for getting us in our bodies in the present moment, because we have to focus on what we're doing with our bodies. As we begin to slow down here, we're given more space to sort of rest with the breath. Hopefully finding a bit of stillness in your mind. Okay. Gently press down through your right hand. We'll softly unwind. Bring your left hand up towards the sky. And exhale, lower back down. Good. Then you can come to sit back on your heels. And we're going to do one more kind of more active exercise together. So we're going to come onto our backs. We're going to do a little bit of core work here. It's not because I'm mad at you and I don't like you, but we're going to take one more kind of bigger back bending posture called Camel Pose or Ustrasana. And so we have to have that connection, that strength in your low belly to keep your low back supported when we do this big opening postures. Yeah. Plus we've all probably just been sitting inside all day and I haven't done anything to strengthen my core, so we're all going to do it together. So go ahead and come down onto your backs, please. Knees up towards the sky. We're all in this together. No, sorry. Okay. Go ahead and feet on the floor, knees towards the sky here. Gently roll your shoulder blades underneath you. So you're going to tuck your triceps in towards your side body here. We're going to take some reverse crunches here. So you're going to take your ankles and your knees together, and you're going to lift your knees in towards your chest and lift towards the sky. So you'll inhale breath. That's 1, and come down. 2, and down. 3, we're going to do 15, down. 4, Feeling free to move with your breath. 5, 6, you got it. 7, 8, press into your palms really strong. 9, 10, 5 more. 12, 13, 14, 15, and relax down. Whew. Good. Take a breath. And interlace your fingers this time at the nape of your neck. Take some bicycles here. So your elbows open up wide. Lengthen your left leg, draw your right knee in towards your chest, left elbow to right knee. And then switch sides. That's 1. 15 here as well. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep your heart reaching up. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Release. Let your knees sway side to side a bit. Take a big full breath. Good. Then we're going to roll ourselves up and over. We're going to do 1 45-second forearm plank, and then that's it for our core, I promise. So go ahead and come down onto your forearms. I'll make sure that I have a timer for us here. We're going to do 45 seconds and that's it. So go ahead and bring your hands interlaced together, elbows under your shoulders, tuck your toes, and when you're ready, inhale, lift your knees. So feel yourself reaching out through your heels. Crown of your head reaches forward. Zip your low belly in nice and strong. Maybe think about something that you like, right? Let's all think of the first restaurant we're gonna go to when everything opens back up and what you're gonna eat. Oh my gosh. So excited. Got it, 10 more seconds. Tell yourself you love yourself. Good, release down onto your knees, find child's pose. 3 big breaths here, good job. Good. And you can come back up to sit on your heels. Maybe give yourself a little pat on the back. Good. Sage, I just saw your message. There is no playlist. I wish I could play music during these classes, but since it lives on the internet, I could technically get in trouble if I have other people's music playing. But I do have a plethora of yoga playlists. If anyone ever wants one for their practice, just let me know and I'm happy to send you one. So Camel Pose, Ustrasana, yeah? You're up and you're standing on your knees. Let's start with your toes tucked behind you. If you know this pose and know that you can do it with your feet flat on the floor, that's also fine. Let's just start with our toes tucked here. So feel that engagement of your belly, yeah? You're gonna bring your hands onto your low back with your fingertips facing down. Your shoulder blades hug together. And then you're gently gonna press your hips forward as your tailbone lengthens down. So you feel that arch in your low back a bit, and then lift your towards the sky, rooting down through your legs. Maybe you stay right here. If you feel okay to continue arching and bring your hands onto your heels. Continue to press your hips forward. Take 2 big breaths. Then 2, release. Bring your hands back to your sacrum. And we bring ourselves up 1 vertebrae at a time. So start at the base of your spine. So your head and your neck are the last thing to roll up. And go ahead and come to a seat on your heels here. Just take 2 big breaths. Allow your body to sort of integrate all that goodness. We'll do it one more time. So come up onto your knees again. Second and last camel pose. If you felt pretty comfortable in that last one and want to try with your untucked toes, then feel free. Hands on your hips. Go with your breath. Let your breath help you here. So your inhale breaths are good for lengthening and strengthening, right? So maybe as you inhale, you press your hips forward, lift your heart up. And exhales are good for soft. Exhale is when you find that release back. If you can unclench the muscles in your booty, keep going with your breath. So your thighs roll together. One more inhale. Slowly hands back to your sacrum. Hips come forward, low back, middle back, finally neck and chin. And release down onto your knees. Close your eyes, take 2 big breaths. And back bends like that are really good for kind of a surge in energy. Or maybe during the middle of the day you get a bit sluggish, a bit bored, a bit tired. Maybe try a few back bending practices to clear out some of that sticky and stagnant. And then we're going to come down onto our backs now. Good job. Made it to the end. Bring your knees up towards the sky. Gently roll yourself back if you want to kind of roll one vertebrae at a time. Nice little back massage. And eventually bring your knees in towards your chest. Reach around, grab. Just massage your low back on the mat here for a few breaths. Bring your heels up towards the sky, happy baby. You can grab your ankles, maybe your big toes. Allow your knees to drop down towards the floor. And we want your sacrum to still be on the ground here as well. So if you feel your low back kind of popping up off of the floor, just bring your hands closer down towards the floor. Maybe rocking side to side. 3 big breaths. Let's do our last 2 breaths like that. Big full inhale. Sigh it out. Last one. Gently bring your ankles, your knees together, knees still in towards your chest. You're going to bring your left thigh, place it on top of your right. So you're stacking your knees one on top of each other. This is a supine cow face pose. So your knees are stacked on top of another. Your ankles are reaching towards opposite hips. Just interlace your hands, reach around to grab your right knee. And kind of gently pull your knees in towards your chest here. Close your eyes. We'll take 5 big breaths here. Beginning to bring some softness into the muscles around your face. Allow your shoulders to sort of melt into the floor. Maybe begin to bring your awareness back into your heart space here. And gently release your hands. Uncross your legs. And take a breath here at center. And softly switch. Bring your right thigh on top of your left. Knees stack. ankles reach towards, bringing your hands around to your left knee, just letting that bit of gravity help you find a stretch into your outer hip. So as we settle into the end of our practice now, hopefully we've sort of primed our body and our mind for this deeper sense of connection with ourselves. Hopefully your body feels nice and tired. And hopefully you have a bit more space in your mind to really focus on that openness in your heart. Take a few final breaths here. In this pose, maybe imagining sending your breath down into your heart. Feel as you inhale that heart space balloon up with air. And then exhale, let anything go. Any tension, anything that you don't feel like you need to carry in your heart with you. Now gently uncross your legs, release. Bring both feet down to the floor, about as wide as your mat here. Allow your arms to take cactus or goalpost shape. And we're going to begin to windshield wiper your legs side to side, but I want you to do it so super slowly, almost timing it with your breath. So we're going to exhale, drop your knees down to one side. Inhale, bring them to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to center. And keep going with your breath, nice and slow. Beginning to lengthen your inhales. Deepen your exhales. Finishing up on your last side, bring your knees back up towards the sky. And allow your knees to just fall towards center, resting one on top of the other. And we're going to windshield wiper with your neck. So same idea. As you exhale, just drop your chin and your gaze down towards the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. And inhale, center. Keep going, keep flowing with your breath. Allowing your breath to become as slow and as luxurious as you need it to be. Softening the muscles behind your eyelids, along your jaw, across your forehead. Gently come back to center. Bring your feet back underneath your knees. Just gently press into your feet. Allow your hips to scooch over to the right just slightly. Allow your knees to drop to the left as you gaze towards your right fingertips for one final supine twist here. You'd even like to wrap that right thigh around your left. Also an option for you. It's a bit deeper. So just go wherever you feel nourished by this shape. Take 5 full breaths. Inhale, slowly make your way back to center. Unwrapping your legs if you had them wrapped. Softly bring your hips to the left edge of your mat. Maybe finding that wraparound of the left thigh if you found it on the first side here. And slowly dropping your knees to the right as you take your gaze towards the left. Beginning to release any hold on your breath. Just allow it to flow naturally and smoothly. Resisting the urge to begin to step onto the next thing in your day already. Allow yourself to be completely here with your breath, with your body. As we slowly make our transition off of our mat and into our day. Bring yourself back up to center, nice and easy. And release. Shavasana with your legs stretching out long, feet turned out to the corners of your mat. Feel free to keep your hands in goalposts if you like that. You can let them drop down by your sides. Maybe even bringing one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Soften into your rest. Taking one last big, full, deep breath in and release. Beginning to settle into your stillness here. Letting your breath soften, your heart open, finding strength in this stillness and vulnerability. And gently begin to deepen your breath. Bringing some soft and gentle motion back into your body. Taking your time to roll yourself softly over to one side. Letting your knees come towards your chest. Keeping your eyes closed, your gaze inward. Gently press yourself back up to your comfortable seated position. Moving slowly and gently. Resting your palms down onto your knees. Soften your chin down towards your heart. Take a big full breath. With a big, open, compassionate, and listening heart, ask yourself, here arriving into this moment, how do I feel? Maybe invite your heart to be the one to answer, not your mind. Allow yourself to feel any emotional, any energetic reaction to the question. And just be with that feeling for a breath or two. Bringing your right hand up to your heart, press your palm against your chest. Finding that connection to your center, to your seats of well-being, of connection to yourself, to love, to everyone else. Asking yourself now, today, in these challenging times, what do I need from myself to feel nourished, to feel loved? What do I need from myself? Bringing your palms together, hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra. Breathing one more big full breath into that beautiful, open and nourished heart of yours. Know that we strengthen this center, we take care of ourselves so that we have big, full, energetic cups to share and give to others who might not be able to take care of themselves. I thank you all. Thank you so much for taking this time for your practice, for sharing it with me. Namaste.